Nous sommes Chapeau Orange, puis on va présenter surtout en anglais, mais soyez les bienvenus de nous présenter des questions, poser des questions en français aussi. Donc, Chapeau Orange, c'est quoi? You all have challenges. Each of you has a solution. Sitting here today, some of you are researchers, some of you are entrepreneurs. You have a story to tell to the world. But those stories are not always profitable. We live in a world where good news travels slowly, bad news travels quickly. Our goal is to tell your story with volunteer hours that are devoted to a cause that we all care about, and that is decarbonizing our city. How can we help you leverage people who believe in our common cause? This is an organization that moves people on bicycles. And I don't mean just people, I mean their households. They move mattresses, they move fridges, they move sofas and stoves. So this is an example of a solution that should be used across our city. Each young person with an able body can be employed doing this, but there's only half a dozen of them in the city. It's an example of a solution that could use communications assistance, marketing assistance, but they're not as profitable as they could be, so they can't hire the big players. That's where we come in. We become their megaphone and help them launch their innovative enterprise. We have volunteers, a bank of volunteers already that is continuing to grow. There's only a couple of dozen at the moment, but with a launch phase, we could very easily grow that. And these are people who are passionate about seeing a better world for their children and for themselves, for the future. These people make videos. These people do graphic design. They are infographists. They are podcast interviewers. They are journalists. All of these people have an interest in telling stories that matter, but they find themselves from day to day telling stories that pay the bills. The problem we're facing in Montreal is similar to problems across the developed world. In fact, China was said to be dropping faster in emissions the past year than Montreal was. So Montreal, our emissions are dropping 0.3% per year. That is over the 19-year period that you see marked on the screen there. That will take us to carbon neutrality in 2300, which is slower than the scientists require us to move. Even our mayor recognizes that it's not just a technological problem. It is a cultural problem that we have to address. We need to show other Montrealers that these solutions that exist, these bicycles that can get your couch from A to B, are cool, they're sustainable, they're fun, and you should hire them over hiring the status quo. And that's where we're coming in, is the cultural shift, telling the stories of these solutions. So we are, in a sentence, a networking solution simplifying meaningful collaboration between these volunteers with skills that want to make a difference and organizations that have a solution or a story to tell towards carbon neutrality. And we do it for those organizations for free.
Our value proposition is simple. We're seeking to connect skilled communications volunteers who get to contribute to a cause they're passionate about and to give back to their community through Chapeau with carbon neutral solutions providers who get to make the most of their hard work by sharing it with a wider audience, and who can use Chapeau as a resource that is aligned with their values. And we connect them with journalists and media professionals who could get the inside scoop on carbon neutrality trends and initiatives, and they get to feed their networks with this news. And together, we are Chapeau, and we create that paradigm shift towards carbon neutrality that we're looking for. The way to do it is easy. You browse through the organizations available on the site, and you find the right fit for you. Then you open it up and you make a connection. You apply to a volunteer position that fulfills your skills and your interests.
So this is our team. We have people on our team. Brigitte, who is our new media expert, somewhere out there periscoping us. There she is. Okay. Our intergalactic law expert over here. One of the founders of MYCO, which is another organization that is pushing for behavioral shifts. Highly recommend that you check MYKO out. And Carolina, who is a researcher. She has a need to use our services because she has research that needs to be communicated, data that needs to be pre-chewed for public consumption. And myself, as an entrepreneur, starting a coalition of groups that we have a ton of data, a ton of arguments, a ton of insights that need to be shared with these respective communities in this coalition. And Chapeau could help us market their stories to their communities. And Helen, who is not here with us at the moment, and Walter helped us yesterday and are respectively experts in communications and marketing. I believe that's okay. Finally, why are we doing this? And you always have to end a slideshow with cute pictures, but our inspiration, our mentors and advisors, this is part of our raison d'être. Merci beaucoup.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
And tweet us now.